On an individual machine, you can override DNS by using the host file. The host file is conveniently located at C Windows System32 drivers etc. And it's a file called host. Now it's not host.txt, it's just host with no extension. So every time you try to open it, you'll need to specify that you want to open it with a text editor. Here I'll just use Notepad. To add an entry to the host file, you use the format IP address you want to override it with. So I'm just going to say localhost, which is 127.0.0.1. That's always the local machine. And then a tab, and then the name that you want to override. So I'm going to type in site2.com, add a tab. I'll do site1.com. I'll add www.site1.com. And you can also have multiple lines. So I do www.site1.com down here. And just to show what it's capable of, we can put some made up address there for, let's say, sevans.info. I'm going to save that file. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to look at my cache, my DNS cache. So that's ipconfig/display DNS again. And we'll see that the records I had looked up earlier have been cleared out, because when I change the host file, it clears the cache and then populates it with what's in the host file. So we see all those entries we just put into our host file are already pre-populated in the cache. Now if I were to ping, let's say, site1.com, we'll see that it's going to respond with the local host, because that's what's specified in my host file. If I ping sevans.info, it's going to return that made-up address I gave it. This can be useful if you're migrating, for example, a web server from one IP address to another. You can set up your new server with its new IP address, and then in your personal machine, set that new address in your host file for its URL, and that way you can make sure everything's working properly before you change DNS and point all traffic across the internet to it. Just remember that when you're done testing, that you remove that line from your host file to avoid confusion in the future.